everyone. Welcome back to the show. We have TK coming on for probably the 6th time on this show.
Probably like the 10th.
It might actually be.
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back here, and today we're doing a swap. So we recorded an episode for TK's Making Moves podcast.
Period.
It was great this morning, and it reminded us of a time where we used to meet in the mornings. What would you even call it? We used to call them something. I don't remember.
So we were just like on our girl boss shit.
Yeah.
Like we
girl boss gatekeep. Yeah.
Yeah. We were gatekeeping everything.
Yeah.
We were girl bossing. We were
Yes.
gaslighting everyone.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. But at like deadass, we were on our girl. We were like girl bossing because we weren't girl bosses really yet.
Yeah.
I feel like we were for our age and our maturity and things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But like we weren't really who we wanted to be yet, and it was awesome because I think what we did, it actually was really cute, and it is a testament to why we are where we are now. But we would meet up periodically, not to hang out, not to gossip, not to talk shit about boys. That was for another time.
To be clear, we did do that, just not during these meetings.
These morning meetings were strictly business. And we would meet up for coffee and bring our laptops, bring our passion planners, and we would kind of just, it was like we were like each other's accountability partners in like a career setting. So
in like a personal development
Yes.
career type of way.
yeah, like what can we start doing that other successful people do, and how can we help each other, what could we, and I feel like it was something we bonded over, and like honestly those little meetings and things that we did helped me as a person.
Well, for instance, one assignment that TK gave us that she doesn't even remember, but this like really has stuck with me over the years. She had us both make a list of things that like refueled us throughout the week.
I probably heard it from a podcast or
probably something. But you were like, okay, if you go do something or you're with someone, write that down. So then Also, when we were talking about that this morning, I was thinking on the drive back, like how powerful it is to like really know yourself. And I think things like that, it's like, yeah, you are yourself. You spend every second being yourself.
Yeah.
But there are things that I wouldn't have necessarily realized made such a big impact on me if I wasn't being intentional to figure it out and like literally taking down notes. So whenever I'm feeling off, I will go back. Like I know the 10 things I can do to make myself feel better, and go do that like immediately.
Yeah, I think it made me realize I kind of need to reset and like have a moment with myself to really decide like what fuels me now, like in this moment, because I think we need different things for different like periods of life, and like right now I'm like in a different I don't know. I'm in a different saucy place.
Yeah. When I lived in LA and I was also like a full-time college student and we had a full-time internship, I was just so busy and I didn't stop moving for probably like a year and a half, like completely.
Yeah,
it was just really
you were
packed.
girl-bossing.
It was very busy, and I had no time to like literally sit with myself and figure it out. At the end of that period, I was like, who am I? Like I have no idea what's happening. I was very confused.
That's a good realization. I think everyone that is young should they should just be like hustle, grind, city. Like I think that it's now we're at the age where we're like, whoa, chill. It's like it's good to relax, but I think when you're young and dumb, like you should like just forking grind.
It was a time to do it. Exactly. Peyton and I were talking about this.
Yeah, it's good to figure out like, oh, I hated that, but like it's good to do it. You know, experience is like the best way to learn.
I completely agree. And at that time, I'm glad I did. I was here. I mean, my whole 5 years in LA were like that. It was just the last 2 years, I think specifically, were the craziest. And I mean, I'm glad I had that time. But the negative to that for me was that I just neglected, I think, like myself. Not even neglected. Someone, and I'm going to butcher this, but I had this realization that what I do is ignore myself. So I will ignore my like needs, or let's say I'm way overextending myself in 5 different categories in life, but I made a commitment, so I don't want to break a commitment. I don't want to do all that. And so I slowly but surely realized that like I was just ignoring myself. So then I started paying attention again, and so that exercise was something I brought back in.
It's a good exercise.
Yeah,
I need to do it.
We love Jen Atkins, like the way that she does goals and stuff too. So we're gonna go into that. I feel like that one post she made years ago everyone does it.
Oh yeah.
It like really, I mean, I guess what viral.
I actually also add my own like prompts to it.
What prompts do you add?
It depends on the year. I should really look at I have photos of like all my old vision boards, and New Year's resolutions. And you know what's crazy? And like prompts from
Yeah.
the Jen thing.
Remember that one job that happened within like 3 days of the vision board?
You know what's bananas is looking back. So I was cleaning out when I moved into my new place that I'm in right now. I was looking back before I moved in there. I was going through all my shit and deciding, okay, like what am I going to take? What am I getting rid of? How am I going to organize, pack, whatever. And I found my old vision boards. And my first ever one that I ever made in LA, it was with my Fit friends. I think Val was there. Mm-hmm. And we were in my apartment making it. We like got all the shit at Staples and we were making like aesthetic. And keep in mind, like I had nothing really like to my name or like nothing, no big accomplishments like in the LA's like career
you just
world.
Moved here.
Yeah, like I was just like a little ignorant girly. But I was so excited and I had
naive.
Very naive. And I was very, very, I had a lot of passion and I had a lot of big dreams.
You were hungry.
Yes. Super hungry. So I remember seeing these 2 boards that I had made. It was like the 2 that I'd kept with me to my next place. And I was deciding, I was like, oh, I should like either take a photo of these and throw them out or take them with me or whatever. And so I was taking a photo and I was like looking at all the things of, you know, what I had put down. One of them being like, you know, CBS or Amazon or places I had traveled to. Even like Coachella was on there. And I kid you not, this is like the most bizarre thing to me because I remember when I probably was 18 and I wrote my starting salary the year I graduate will be this. And like, I'm not kidding you, to the exact number, like the last number that I had, that was my exact the exact number was the exact number I put down. And I was like, this is a lot. Like I probably won't achieve it. Like that's what I put.
Yeah.
Because at that time that was a lot for me. Mm-hmm. And I kid you not, that is to the last number, the exact same one that I got from Malaysia. Like I'm not kidding you.
Wild.
I'm not kidding you. It's bananas. Yeah. And like also I feel like it's a random number. Like it's not, I didn't know anything about what like a starting salary, like I didn't know the average. I didn't know anything. All I knew is I was like, this just feels right. And I was like, and it felt a little bit above what I thought realistically I would get. But I was like, this is my vision board. Like let's fucking put it on there. And I don't know. It goes just as, whether you think it's phony or not, that shit works. It worked for me.
The thing too about vision boards is I will look at past ones and I haven't kept all mine. I've learned that I have to make mine digital because that's the only way I'll ever be able to look at them again. When I was making mine for this year, I saw like my recent few years and I looked back and I forgot even like friendships that I wanted to like strengthen.
Yeah.
I totally forgot I even put that on the vision board and every single thing happened and it wasn't even top of mind, honestly. I wasn't like consistently waking up like visualizing it. It just all ended up happening, which is really, really wild.
It's crazy too because I think it's important to not only look at like last year but the years way before because sometimes it takes a few years to accomplish something.
Yeah, that's another thing. I will stress myself out about it and I'll be like, well, this is all I have to do everything. And then for whatever reason, I feel like I have to do everything in January and then I burn myself out because all I'm doing is working. So this year, I'm working on, what's the word I'm looking for? Strategically doing things, yes, but spreading things out.
I mean, there's still things on my first ever vision board that I still have yet to check off. But it's crazy how much more I have checked off from that first one compared to like last year's.
And I mean, I'm willing to bet your life now, you would never, like it's so much better than you would have ever even imagined. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that all the time too. Like if my 15-year-old self could see what I'm doing in every area, like not even just career area, even I think my relationship with myself and like how I feel at like this age, that I think is what I'm the most proud of. Mm-hmm. But it's crazy. Like I will get emotional about it, thinking about it. Cause I'm like, I would have never imagined this in a million years. And it's better than I could have. Even if I would have been like, this is exactly what I want, it has just gotten better.
Yeah. It's awesome.
But it's also been bad at other times. So don't worry, guys. Okay. So I wanted to start with, what do you feel like you have improved in the last 6 months to a year? Like what have you improved on?
Wow. Great question. What do I feel like I've improved on? I mean, I immediately thought of, I guess, 2 things that kind of go hand in hand. My first was, I think I'm better at speaking up when I feel like something needs to be addressed or changed. Like I've found that having the hard conversation is actually the best conversation you can have for the long run. And just saying exactly how you feel and being like brutally honest is like, it can only do good. So I think having a few of those conversations, and I think also I've realized and this is like very new for me. I know a lot of people have realized this earlier to me, but like now I can really firmly believe it and say it. I've learned that I need a day to not do anything. Yeah. And like I finally believe, like I used to be like, yeah, I need a day, and like I didn't actually believe that or like mean it. And now I get it. Like I actually deadass need a day to like actually do nothing. Like not one story, not one even like personal, like, you know, laundry and grocery, like nothing. Nothing's on the schedule.
What do you end up doing on those days?
Normally more personal things. I still like to typically on those days do like an outdoor workout. One of my resolutions is to be more active. Like I want to play more tennis, I want to play more golf, I want to hike more, go on more like walks outside. I love being outside. And I think like the vitamin D and just like I don't know, the hustle and bustle of outside in LA is so fun, so beautiful. We're so lucky with this weather, and I don't know, it does something to me. So that's what I try and do. And then I also try and do something that's fun and I get to enjoy. Like I love, the other day I went to the Chargers game, and I like literally had the best time. And then we randomly went to dinner afterward and got drinks, and it was just so spontaneous and fun. And I had a great time because I didn't feel like, oh, I should be at home doing this. Like I was like, I have no schedule. This is what I am choosing to do. However, I do think it's important to like stay home. Like I try and normally stay home, reset. Like on a typical Sunday when I'm busy during the week, I will, like do my laundry. I'll like pick up, clean up, you know, do things around the house. Yeah. Like, yes, be a housewife. I also, which is funny, Sundays are typically my dating app days.
I hear that all the time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's actually the highest.
Like 7?
Fibula told me because he used to work at Bumble, and he was saying it's the 7 p.m. around that time. It's the highest percentage of like influx of people on dating apps. So if you want to like match with more people, like it's scientifically proven. Like statistics show that the most people are on the app during that time because everyone like has anxiety and is like, oh, like I wish I was cuddling with someone right now. Yeah. So I usually go on my dating apps and just like dilly dally or dabble. Like I'm kind of like, I'm very blunt and I say whatever the fork I want on dating apps. I'm literally like, so how many push-ups can you do? Like I do not care. And like if they get it, if the girls that get it. If they don't, they don't. You know what I mean? So
it weeds them out,
I guess
really well.
Oh my God, it so does. Like the other day, some guy, he like sent me a one of the emojis where it's like literally like sweating, like it's like fire red and it's like tongues out, and I was like, I said it's a name, let's say his name's Jack. I'm like, Jack, do you need a towel? Like I was like, are you okay? And he like, I don't know, I just think I'm pretty ruthless on Sundays because I just like don't give a fork. And another quote that someone told me, which I try and live by, is don't let Monday ruin your Sunday. And it's cheesy, but like dead ass.
No, that's actually really good.
So I actually try and enjoy the whole day. I normally FaceTime people and like get I haven't grocery shopped in literally like 6 months, but I normally try and do that.
That's good
Stuff.
I think something I've improved in the past year, and this is going to be kind of confusing, because I was in a weird period of time the 2 years before that, but like not allowing other people to like tell me who I should be or what I should want or what I should want to do.
Love that.
Which I hadn't struggled with up until my, honestly, college. And then that I was around, you know, a great group of people who are very, you be one way, act one way, do this is what you should want, this is your future, whatever. And even though I didn't agree with it, like there were so many things that I was like, no, I don't want that, or like that's not me. It was like ingrained in the back of my mind, which I didn't realize. So like I would want to do something else, and I'm like, no, that's like, it was like an inner battle with myself constantly. So I think I finally, it was like early last year or early 2021. Where I was like, I just don't care at all anymore. And now I feel good.
You know what's crazy is one of the best things about that, of someone telling you, no, you need to be this way, is that actually the best thing like you can do is be the person that no one has ever been.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like someone, my professor, like one of the biggest like top dogs at FITM told me that I really respected. And I was like, this person's going to like make my career. Right. And I told them, I was like, I really enjoy being in front of the camera. And I also like being behind. Like I want a job where I do both. And they were like, sweetie, you can't do that. That doesn't exist. And in my head, I was like, like, am I in the right career? I literally thought about it. I was like, do I move back to Indiana? Like it really forked with me. And now I'm like, well, I made that a thing.
Yeah. You can create your own job.
Yeah, that's my job now, and it didn't exist, and that also is my secret sauce. Like, and so I think if someone tells you, oh, you need to be in this like box, like actually sometimes you going into your own circle or something different is what that can end up being your secret sauce.
Absolutely. Another thing I was thinking about with that is, especially in 2020 on the internet, where how the culture of the internet has completely changed and you have to like walk on eggshells and whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's so crazy. And it's just, and that was not really me caring what people think of me. That was more just like, you don't want to get canceled and everyone's getting canceled for like the like random, you say you like apples, someone like orange, like not controversial stuff. It made me like start walking on eggshells a lot more. And then I was like, why am I doing things to like please random internet trolls? Like at the end of the day, I'm like, all I want to do is like make myself proud. And if I make myself proud, good decision. I will make mistakes and that's fine. Like
it's
as
also
I grow
okay
on.
to have a strong opinion on something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Like I'm not even talking about controversial political type shit. Like I'm just saying like it's okay to be like, no, I'm a forking dog person, like fork cats.
Yeah.
I just said that to a guy. I was like, listen, is that actually your cat? Because it's not gonna work. That's what I said, and he was like, oh my god, you're hilarious. I actually do, but trust me, I'm more of a dog person. And I was like, we'll see about that. Like I don't care.
I'll
like,
see if that will work. Probably
no,
not.
but like actually, like it's okay to agree to disagree.
No, I completely agree. And so that's been something too that I have been like, I think about that all the time. And I think also with like a lot of the friends that I'm surrounded by, I have to be like, okay, is this me? Like, do I feel good about this? And just like kind of change my barometer. And
I kind of respect someone that has a strong opinion. Like when I'm talking to a guy, especially, like I used to be the girl that they were like, yeah, I love hockey. And I'd be like, oh my God, same. And like, I don't know shit about hockey, right? And I'd be like, oh my God, love the Kings. You know what I mean? Or like, I just make random shit up and go with it. Now I'd be like, what do you like about it? Like I would ask a genuine question because I don't know about it. And I think that's good. That's like confidence.
It's cooler. It's much cooler. Yes. Okay. When was the last time you cried?
Oh God. Oh, I think when I was home, I was like upset about my dad and I love him, but we butt heads a lot. And I was just like sad because like it was around Christmas time and I just like already was annoyed that my parents are like recently divorced and like that I had to do the 2 Christmases and my mom just went through this like crazy traumatic shit. And so I was just like trying to make everyone happy and like I wasn't happy. And even like, I don't know, I'm just not used to I don't know that I ever will be used to the divorce life. And like my dad and I were butting heads and like in my head it was so clear what he was doing wrong and like in his head it just wasn't. And like we were just butting heads and I was like, we're just not similar in that way and we'll never agree. And I don't know, I was like so upset and then I was down and I was like, this is why I don't live here. And I was like going through one of those spirals. Yeah. And so I started crying and then I was like downstairs and I literally had to turn on the Calm, best $100 I've ever spent in my entire life, the Calm app and like do one of those stupid meditations. I was like, this is fucking bullshit, but I don't know what to do else, like what else to do right now. So I was like, oh yes, I'll turn the fucking Calm app. Yeah. And so I started
doing my stupid meditation with my stupid app.
Yeah, and I started doing stupid humming. and then and then I start journaling and my dad comes in while I'm fucking humming and I'm like, can you leave me the fork alone? Like I'm actually trying to like not blow up on you right now.
Become one with myself.
Yeah. It was just a classic like daddy daughter fight. You know what I mean? Like he's like, women are from, what is it, Venus, men are from Mars. Like that, it was just like,
have you read that book?
No, but I need to.
We should read it. Yeah.
I like pretend that I have.
You've read the Why Men Love Bitches, right? That's the one that you love?
I fucking love that book.
I want to read the other one really bad. People keep requesting that. Yeah, I mean, I literally teared up this morning on the drive to, I told you this already, I think, on the drive to the studio because of a Luke Combs song. So I guess that would be, but that wasn't like cry. Actually, I got in an argument with my mom after Christmas.
Dude,
that was the last time.
Family ones are hard, and there's nothing to do but cry.
Yes, especially around the holidays. That's another thing. Like on the internet, Chris and I think I am motherfucking Mrs. Claus. Okay, like I love Christmas. It is my I live for Christmas. Like November 1st on, right?
Yeah.
But the actual holiday itself, it all like
there's so much pressure.
Yes, and my family is incredibly dysfunctional, and like we're very very close, but like there's problems. We should have had like 7 Lifetime movies by now. So I think it's normal for everyone else. I think we're probably a little bit worse in certain areas. I'm not saying every family is like this, but like there's always some sort of family drama. You know?
Yeah.
Like there's some argument. There's something. If not, honestly, write in. I'm really curious if you are the one family that doesn't argue.
Yeah,
and you're not hiding things and pushing.
Yeah,
it
I was
under
just
the rug.
about to say that doesn't exist. The limit does not exist.
No, it definitely doesn't. I don't know one. Okay. Before we get into like really, we're basically creating our ideal futures and lives because we've already done it 5 years ago and like we're living them now.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that in a second. But before we even get into that part, like this is like such a cheesy question, but I don't know how else to ask it.
I love.
Yeah, we both love cheesy
Honestly,
questions.
I love cheese.
Yeah.
I love a Gruyere. I love brie. I fucking love a charcuterie board. Like, give me the dairy.
Do you like Irish cheese? Have you ever had it before?
No.
So good. It's my favorite.
Wait, what the fork is
It's like a little bit more dry, but in a good way.
Okay.
If someone said that to me, I would not think it's good.
Recently, I had a brie with like chives and onions and shit in it. It like hit so different, but my breath smelled like ass.
Yeah, so you had to really think
brush
that one
my
through.
teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what makes you feel the most alive? Like, what are you, or what do you want your life to feel like?
Wait. Those are 2 questions. Which one?
What makes you
feel most alive?
What makes me feel most alive and what I want my life to feel like? To me, I have the same answer.
Okay, you do yours.
Okay, so what makes me feel like most alive is when I'm in Texas, driving in the car, windows are down, country music's playing. Like that's when I feel like it, honestly the most me, and I think that's why I say I think I feel like most alive. Or with all of my friends from home doing that, and that's like what I want. Like as like a metaphor of my life to feel like, if that makes sense. It just makes me feel the absolute best and I feel the most me. Or honestly, like career wise, it's when I'm hosting is when I feel the most like, you know, like in my element, but that's not really what I'm asking.
You know, I like get high off of the feeling of kind of just like working a room. Yes. And I'll explain it to you. I think I'm realizing this year I'm trying to realize what I'm good at and then hone in on it instead of fixing what I'm bad at, because I'm never really going to fix what I'm bad at. So I've realized my word for the year is charisma, and I already have it, but I want to utilize it to like the best of my abilities. So I can work a room, and like I love when I walk into whether it's like an event or a hangout or whatever, and I'm just like, I also love meeting new people. Like I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but the way I feel when I leave and I'm like, I just worked that.
I feel like I'm on one. Like it's like drugs almost.
Yes. And it's like, I introduced this person to this person, and I genuinely love doing that. Like I love connecting others. I also love personally connecting with others, and you know, getting to a point that I never thought we could, and feeling like I have a new. I think it's so. Like one of my favorite feelings in the world is having like a bomb ass conversation, like that just like makes me feel unreal after I leave, and knowing that I've like nailed a few, like not on camera or like, you know what I mean, just like in real life, walking into a restaurant or walking into a football game and like, you know, saying hi to my favorite concession stands worker, like whatever it is. I don't know, something about like having a day where I just felt like I nailed it with my personal relationships and conversations. That's when I feel like alive, and that's what I feel like I'm good at. Like I'm good at talking to strangers and connecting people and meeting new people and making them feel welcome and comfortable, and also making them feel heard. Like that makes me feel like I've nailed it. And yeah, feels good.
What's something not like else that you want to get better at? Not something that obviously like not a weakness, maybe more of a strength that you want to hone more into or more on.
Well, I guess one of them would be I'm good at reaching out to people to like be on my own shit or like be with Alicia stuff, but I need to be relentless about it. Like I'm good at it. I would even see I'm in some scenarios great at it, but I think I could be like forking fantastic at like connecting people way more. I feel like I'm good. I'm not fantastic.
No, that's a really good thing.
Like I want to be, anytime someone hits me up and they're like, TK, I need a light guy. TK, do you know a eyebrow girl? TK, do you know how to get a reservation at Catch? I want to have the person. Like I want to have a a guy for everything.
You want to have a guy for literally everything.
Yes. Where do I get Botox? I want to tell them. Like I've never gotten Botox, but I want to have a guy. Where do I order my organic tampons? Like I want to have a guy. I want to know. I want to have a discount code for them. Like I like connecting everywhere. Yes, I love connect. And you know what? It's not even like I just want to hook up. It's like
a genuine connection.
Yeah, the relationship you have with someone and being able to like help them, and then when they ask for you, you're like, oh my gosh, for sure, I got you, man. Yeah. So I don't know. I really want to like hone in on that because I feel like that's my secret sauce, and I'm not using it to the best of my abilities. Yeah.
That's one of the things I wanted to focus on more this year in Dallas, because I am really easy. Like, I am very similar. I can work a room. I can do this. Like, socially, I think with certain people, because my entire life I've had to be that person, and I like being that person. But when I'm with someone else who will do it, if I'm in LA, because honestly, LA can just drain me at times, I just let them do it. I'm like, it's fine. I don't care. Yeah. In any other setting, I mean, if it's like a work thing for me, even
I get that way too.
Yeah, even meetings though, they're like, we'd rather you be in person, because like I can, like, if I'm in the room, it's so much easier. But similarly, I wanted to do that more specifically with, sorry, I was thinking my eye, more specifically with Dallas in general, because it's like I also
like planting more roots.
Yes, and it's like I have so many friends in Dallas, and my coffee shop has expanded, and like all the workers are gone. It's like annoying because I care so much about knowing all the baristas. Every time I go in, TK, my eye is really bad right now. Oh my gosh. If you're watching the video, ignore my eye if it looks like I'm high. I promise I'm not, but
no, she is.
Yeah, guys, I'm high. The thing that, can you imagine?
We got forking lit before this.
We should have.
We should do that.
That would actually be fun.
I'd be down.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
All right, next time I'm here. But the thing I really wanted to do, Peyton and I actually just had dinner. We were talking about this, is like own Dallas more. Like I have so many.
Yeah, like hone in on it.
Yeah, like hone in on it more than I even have. I
agree with that. Yes. Same with me here, because it took me forever to plant roots here. Like I'm like, why don't I know my neighbors? Isn't that weird? Yes. Or like, why don't I know every YouTube filmer? Like that world is so small. Like I should know every YouTube filmer, and they should be my friends, and we should talk often. Yes. Like, isn't that weird?
Yes.
And the other day we were at a club and we saw these other big YouTubers, and I was like, Alicia, go say hi. And she's like, oh, no. And like in our heads we were like, oh, that's kind of weird, but like it isn't. No, like, it isn't. We know who each other are.
Yes. And also, like, I think just in general we should just go talk to people more. I'm not kidding, probably maybe minimum 70 DMs a day. How do you make friends in your 20s? That's the most common question. I need to start a friend matchmaking service at this point, but they ask all the time, and I'm like, honestly, it's just go talk to someone. Like when if you have common ground with someone, you always, like, the other person probably wants you to come up and say something because they're too afraid to do it. Yeah. So you should just go do it.
It's also, I think people are like, oh, I'm worried that we won't have anything to talk about, or like it's not going to be that smooth, or I don't have a good opening line. Like it's going to be awkward. I think if you just know that, like, set the expectations low, like be like, this is going to be a shitty conversation, and then go up and be like, hey, where are you from? And if they so happen to be where your mom was born, like, great. Yeah. But if not, no worries. Like, keep asking questions. You know, people love themselves.
I was gonna say, people love talking about themselves. If I've learned anything, getting people on podcasts in general is way easier than you think it is, because people love talking about themselves. Like, it works out really well. And it's like you don't want to be the person who goes up to someone and is talking about yourself. So just ask them questions. No. And I'm genuinely curious about people of all, like, that's why I love the podcast. Like, I genuinely want to know. It's not like I'm just asking them questions as like filler. Yeah. I am curious, but ask them about themselves.
Yes. The other day I went to this like bougie dinner, and we went to this forking club afterwards, and I was
what club did you go to?
Hyde.
Okay.
Oh my God. I felt like I was at Fidham again.
Did you see the signs? Were they up that night?
Oh yeah.
Bottle girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the bottle service moment. So I go in to hide, and I see these guys. Well, we go in, and I'm like, this is stupid. Because I was like, damn, like I could be watching Housewives right now. Yeah. And I'm not even trying to be like I'm too good party, because like I'm not. Like I throw down. And I love like a good like back that ass up moment. But I was just like, this is kind of stupid. Like my friends aren't here. Well, there were like 2 of my friends there, but I was like, I'm just not in the mood. So, and we weren't talking to anyone. We were just at the bar. And we were like kind of waiting to go to where our table was. So I was like, this is dumb. I'm just going to go up and talk to these guys. And they like looked forking cool. Like I was like, so I went up and I was like, you look so cool. And he was like, he goes, oh, like he was so caught off guard. He was like, whoa, thanks. Keep in mind, I'm at Hyde in leather pants, big combat boots. I like went to a bougie like dinner. I'm in a fur trench coat, like fur at the edges. So it's like
the pink one?
No, the black one. But the pink but black.
Okay.
And like I like am not the vibe for Hyde. That he's like, do you work here? Like, do you know what I mean? No. Yeah. It looks like I just left a business dinner, which I like basically did. And I was like, yeah, you look really cool. And he was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I was like, yeah, I love your style. It looks like you have swag. And he was like, oh my gosh, thanks. And I was like, where'd you get your outfit? And so then I was like, give me an OOTD. So then he starts giving me his OOTD, and he was like, oh my gosh, you're so fun. And then I was like, well, give me your friend's OOTD. So then they like gave me a little fashion show, and I was like, so where are you guys from? And I could tell like they ended up being from the Midwest, and we had a great conversation, and I started talking to his friend, and they had met in Vegas, and it was like this whole thing. And what was crazy about it is they were so glad that I came up to them and started asking them questions, because they were like, oh my God, like I could, it's funny because I was looking at them and I was like, oh my God, they're so cool. But really they were like, oh my God, who do we talk to? Like, this is stupid. I don't know why I'm here kind of thing, which is what I was feeling. So like me just going up and like being the complimentary one. Yeah. They were like, whoa, like I actually feel cool now, even though they didn't, which was crazy because to me, they looked so fucking cool. And I don't know. I think there's like something like, it's okay to like gas someone up or compliment. I think in LA it's like, oh, everyone has an ego. It's like, so like everyone like doesn't want to like ruin
You're the best about this because people like,
I just don't care.
You don't care, and you'll go up to someone and be like, oh my God, I followed you forever, I love your stuff.
Yeah, I'll be like, I fuck with your videos, and they're like, holy shit. I said that to a guy at the Revolve Nobu thingy, and I like went up to him and I was like, oh my God, I fuck with your TikToks. And he was like, oh my God, you watch my TikToks? And I was like, yeah, I fuck with them. And he was like, thank you so much. That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. And I'm like, dude, relax. Like, you post.
I have a
like,
question.
All these people watch you. You know what I mean?
Do you think that people just genuinely don't watch if they're in the world? Because I watch. So I'm like, I don't watch even TV. I read and I watch YouTube and TikTok. Like, I don't.
No, I think everyone knows who everyone is.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Because people will, first off, especially here, will introduce themselves to you 7 times before they remember you at times. Like,
no, see, I'm the girl. I'm like, no. You were in my therapy waiting lounge. Yeah. I remember. And you said my name wrong. And then it was this time. I'm that girl. Yeah. I say that. Yeah. I don't deal with that. It's stupid.
No, I
that's my biggest pet peeve.
It's so rude. It's really rude. And just because I know how the city is, I'll be like, hi, I'm Kenzie. We've met before. Like, but I say my name in case they forgot, because you're just meeting and passing, whatever, things like that.
That's the thing. Like, I also never expect anyone to fully remember everything about me, because of course we forget like little things. Maybe they had a really bad day and they're like stressed out about a breakup and they like things went over their head. I get that. But I think a little refresher, people can remember a face, I think. And, you know, and so, yeah. The
empath in me, like, if I go up to someone and I don't want to make them feel awkward, I remember them and they don't, and then they feel awkward or like embarrassed or something. So I'm like, it's like, I will give it to them immediately. But that's just what I've had the best experience with after.
And like the dumbest thing about it is that me watching you means I clearly have a common interest with you, and we would probably be better friends. Like, it is way smarter for me personally to hire someone that watches my shit.
Yes, I only hire people who watch. Yeah,
because that would be actually dumb for me to hire someone that only watches like Logan Paul or someone like that, or like Jake, because that wouldn't make sense, because they wouldn't know what I would want.
Yes.
I want someone to already know what I would want in 5 years, like to hire them. So same with friends. Like, it's awesome. I love when bitches come up to me in like the club or bars, because that's where my demo is.
Same.
And they're like, let me buy you a shot.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest, I feel so fucking cool when people do that, because I'm like, oh my God, like I know we would be friends.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually cool when people come up and when I go up. I don't think I've never really had that weird of an experience where someone was like a dick, because who's gonna be like, ew, why do you watch? Like, what the heck? Like, I pay your bills.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't know. So I think it's cool when people, I wish more creators went up to other creators and said, because I think we all have a little scare, like we just don't want them to take it the wrong way.
Yeah. Also on the topic of hiring people who are in that world and watch you, my assistant came to the interview with a deck of stuff of like
as they should.
Yes, but like of the most detailed. It was actually crazy, because it was things that like I talked about my management, but I wasn't public at the time that she would know that I wanted to do. Like specific Dallas things, just a bunch of stuff that we still haven't, that we're still working on. And I was like, you have the exact vision that like I need. That is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And she knew everything. She'd watched videos like she knew, and that was what made me hire her over the next.
Exactly. Well, and also like, speaking of, if you're a small creator and you're getting reached out by a management, or you're looking for a manager, your manager should probably have a specific 10-year plan of where they see you going. Because what's the point, right? Like, the whole point of them bringing you on is so hopefully they can elevate to your career to a level that you couldn't do on your own. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And so I think in any relationship, you need to, like, working relationship, someone needs to see the vision of the brand and where they can take it.
I completely agree.
Where they can help you.
And if not, they're just taking a percentage of your stuff. So you're gonna, it's just dumb. Okay, let's do creating our ideal futures and lives. We're gonna do the 6 months and 1 year be, do, have, and then we'll go into just kind of categories and list it off.
Okay.
So if you guys,
because I haven't prefaced anything.
I know I haven't either. So if you guys are listening, we're basically, this is like the conversations that we have like outside of it anyways. But I would really recommend meeting with a friend, even if it's like once a month, and you go through this stuff. It's very helpful. And now looking back, I think those conversations were a lot more formative for us than we realized at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I also will say one thing I love about Kenzie and I is like, when I get, Kenzie is one of my work buddies. She's one of my best like personal friends, but she is like, we thrive off talking about like work shit and stuff, and we love it. And it's because we're passionate about it and like we bond over it. And so
we also like love what we do. Yeah. Like I would do this stuff for free. Yeah.
Well, what's cool about our relationship now that we have like done these morning like meetups and done these things for years now, and she lives like across the country now, I'll try and call her and she'll try and call me. If I have like 20 minutes in the car and I know she's like trying to brainstorm videos and I couldn't get her text back, or I couldn't text her back at the moment, I'll call her and be like, hey, I have time now, can you, or whatever. Or, she might call me and be like, hey, I need to talk about this boy thing, like, do you have time right now? And I think it's cool to reach out or ask for help.
Yeah, and we still do this stuff.
We brainstorm and bounce ideas off of each other all the time.
And also, naturally, it just happens with us. So we didn't have to like set aside time as much anymore as like we had it so routine. Yeah. Now it's always been natural, but we like, that was a different time of our lives. But again, we do it all the time anyways. So, okay. 6 months, be, do, have.
So it's like I want to be this in 6 months.
And I want to do this, and I want to have this. Do you want me to go first to give you? Because I feel bad. You've had to go first, and I've been thinking as you're doing it. You go. Okay. In 6 months, I want to be. Okay, I think I am in the happiest, healthiest place I've ever been in my life. I'm the most proud of myself I've ever been, and I think like I have a very strong like backbone of what I want and what I don't want, if that makes sense. Like I have a lot more like my standards have raised, especially in like dating, things like that, even though I'm not really interested in like having a partner right now. So I think I would just want to continue. Like I just see how much I've grown in the past year personally, that I want to just be even more, I don't know, like I think you can always grow in like confidence, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So even more, and not even confidence, just like feeling, like the feeling that I have now about where I'm at took me so long to get here after like those 2 years that I think I can't really put my, like, articulate it well, but just be even more just like calm and at peace with like myself and my life decisions.
Love that. Wow, that was deep. Mine are very practical.
Okay.
Or like, I feel like just more stupid. I want to be, can I say all three? Because they're on the top of my mind now. I want to be in 6 months in the best shape of my life. Well, starting to, at least on the journey. I feel like I've like finally found a healthy balance with eating. Like I was just telling Alicia, I feel like I used to restrict. And then like the one day I would allow myself to have pizza, I would like binge. And then I would like restrict. And then I would like go for that so long. It's just like not healthy. And I finally found a little bit of balance with like food, which I'm excited about. Like I've been craving like healthier foods, and then I'll have like a little bit of ice cream here and there, a little bit of whatever. And like, I don't know. I feel like I finally found the 80-20 rule.
It's
with
more
food.
of intuitive
it's hard.
eating.
It's so hard. I feel like I'm finally a little bit mature enough to figure that out. And I used to be a beast at like, I just used to be so strong because I was a competitive gymnast, and I like miss my strength. And I'm sick and tired of just like doing cardio. And I don't know. I want to get stronger. I want to get better at tennis. And like, I don't know. I just want to have more fun, like being active. So I want to be that, like on the road to the best shape of my life, at least in my like older years. I'm so old, 24. And then I want to do more concept videos, because I feel like I've only had the time to do vlogs really, because I just like randomly try and get clips and then piece them all together and just make a video out of it. I want to be more intentional and do more concept videos, because I've never really done concept videos like ever on my channel. It's always been vlog, and I just want to give it a shot because I feel like I love like filmmaking. I love a story. I love a voiceover moment. Like, you know, I love watching concept videos, and I think the way that Nikki Demar does it is like really. Have you ever seen her like own channel's videos?
Yeah,
they're really good. She's like,
I remember her breakup videos. Really,
oh my god, she's so like
the blue hair
poetic
era.
Oh my god, her blue hair era, just like, oh, it hits different. I've been like, please dye the hair blue back, or hair back blue. But yeah, she's really good at it. And like, I don't know, there's a few, even like Casey, even though he would vlog, it was still a concept video.
Yes.
And I want to try that more, and like actually outline, like almost write a script. Like and you know me, I like kind of went to film school, so like I want to do that for my own channel, because I do that for Alicia's stuff. Like we really used to go in on things like that, but I'd love to give myself my own shot at that. And then I want to have I want to have a boy toy in LA. Like a boyfriend, maybe? In LA?
That is the best answer of this whole podcast. No, a boy toy. Keep it at that.
Boy toy.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I am CEO of having boy toys everywhere else, but not LA. So I want to have, options here.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, there's a few things. I want to collab. My thing that I want to do for like myself this year is I want to collab with like a cowboy boot line and design my own cowboy boot. Yeah. I also want to do live shows like that, at least one.
Oh my god, I would love that,
especially
too.
in Dallas.
I want to go to yours.
Yeah, well, also my Dallas audience is unbelievable at this point.
Oh, I'm
like,
sure.
It is so strong. So I want to do Dallas, and then it would be more of like my own kind of like network in Dallas, if that makes sense. Like there's so many cool things in Dallas.
I want that too. Here.
Yes,
yeah.
There's so many things in Dallas and so many things to do, so many cool people.
Yeah.
Just like kind of bring that more together, because here there's events. I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't talk to each other, but there still is like more.
You want like the access to.
Yes, I want the
Dallas
access
world.
to that. And then 1 year, honestly, my 6 months of my 1 year would be similar. What would yours?
Oh, well, I would like to have maybe in like a year, or I guess less. I want to do podcast merch, kind of like how you did.
Yeah,
my team's been talking about it, and they've been like, let's do it. But I'm just in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I need to grow. But like, that's a stupid mentality to have. I would not give advice. Like, I would not give that advice to anyone. So I'm like, why am I taking that to myself? I'd like to do that. I also want to, I guess, I want to travel more. I feel like I've never really had like I just travel when I can, or
Yes.
like when like for work. Like I feel like I don't intentionally set like travel trips and shit on my own. I want to do that. And what is it? Be. I want to be a pop star. No. I want to be what do I want to be? I want to be a forking savage. I have two things. I guess a savage on the tennis court. But I want to be a savage like host. Like I really want to be I already am. I feel like confident in my interviewing skills, but I want to be the podcast where guests are honored that I asked them to be on, Yes. And they're like, holy shit, I get to go on this podcast. Like I want to be at that level one day. I don't know if a year is too soon, but
no, that's good.
But I want to be that one day.
You know what's something I was pulling up my like vision board because I knew I had better answers on here. I wish I would have done this before. But one of my things that's so interesting, because it's not something that would be super obvious with me, but I've realized recently, and we're kind of transitioning into personal goals, which we've been talking about the whole time in health already, is like I have a lot more limiting beliefs than I thought I did. Like in certain ways, I'm like, oh, well, that would happen for them, but not for me. And like, why wouldn't it happen for me?
I do that.
And I have noticed that I'm pretty bad about that. And I don't know if it's because I think like, oh, I'm so lucky I've made it this far and that's it. Like, when it's like, really, I mean, I made it this far. It's not going to stop now, So just kind of working through limiting beliefs, because like if they can do that, I can do that. And you know what's so crazy? I realized I had a conversation with someone recently, and it was someone that I always thought like, oh, I sell less, I do less, whatever. And they gave me like numbers, just whatever. And I was like, oh, we're not different at all.
It's
like,
weird.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And that wasn't like better or worse. It was just, I think it's really hard to gauge yourself sometimes when you're looking at other people and you're like, oh, well, they, comparison, it's the thief of joy, whatever. But I was like, oh, there's actually, I sold more, or like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I think overall, like just stop limiting beliefs career wise would be a big one. Okay, let's do a little bit of, we've already kind of gone through personal goals, health goals. For me with health goals, I don't think I've really gone into that more. I did find a hot Pilates studio in Dallas that I love.
Congrats.
And they opened, and I mean, it's quite literally the exact setup as the one in LA, which is like kind of odd. But they opened right when the month that I said I was moving to Dallas, like buying the house. And I went, didn't really love it, went back a few months ago, and I am obsessed. So going back to that, speaking of things that like make me feel alive, it's the country music, it's working a room, that's another one, and it's being in hot Pilates. I'm not kidding. Like it just does something for me. So going to that just regularly, and also going on really long walks. I've been really bad. Walk. I've been so bad about it. And like I have dogs too. I go on walks all the time, but not the walks that I want to go on.
Quit depriving your damn dogs of a walk.
I know. I'm like, you guys need one long one instead of like whatever. Yeah. But yeah, now honestly, I'll just be like, they need it. Yeah. And then I'll do it for them, and then it'll eventually be for me. Them. So I would say for health, that would be mine. Okay, moving into like recreational goals.
Does that mean like what? Like everyday shit?
Rec would just be like, honestly what you were talking about with like traveling, tennis, golf.
Sorry, I guess those supposed to be career.
No, we've been going all over the place. So a lot of these we've already gone through.
Okay. Wait, so what's this question?
Recreational goals. So do you want me to share what mine are?
Yeah,
sure. Okay. So we're going to do more girls trips this year, which we've already been doing. Like I just got back from New York with two of my best friends.
We need to do our micro girlies
No,
trip.
we really need to. I was actually talking to them when I was in New York about it. I want to do more girls trips, especially with my friends from home, because it's like eventually, like give us a few more years, all of our trips and everyone there's PTO is going to be bachelorette trips, like in our late 20s.
That's so true.
So I am like literally, you would think I'm acting like us getting boyfriends and getting married because everyone's single is like a ticking time bomb. So I'm like, we have to go here, next up we have to go there. I literally made a vision board socially of things. I want to host more dinner parties because that's so me.
Ooh, I want to host more too. I want to have a Sex in the City themed party.
Yes, love that. I literally went on Furbish and I got like all these like table mats. Like I am getting to Love Shack fancy. So yeah, that stuff by the way is so expensive.
Rich.
Holy shit. I mean, I got it on sale. Don't get too out of yourself. But more dinner parties. And I want to write more, just in general, which is something
okay.
people have been saying. And then the psychic who told me about the book, which everyone else has always said, also said I need to be writing more.
You're for sure gonna have a book.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe I'll like try and read.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I actually finished a book. Probably the Bitches, Why Men Love Bitches.
Yeah. I don't read a lot if it's a physical book. It has to be Kindle for me. And then I read 100 books.
I saw Claudia post and I DM'd her. I was like, what was that book you liked? The 7 Husbands.
Oh my God. You will love
Okay.
that book. I can't believe you haven't read that.
Yeah, she was like, bitch, get it. And
You
I was
will love
like,
it.
okay, I will. So I ordered it.
Molly
So-
just read it and loved it too.
Yeah, well, everyone keeps posting it, and I'm like, I'm such a basic bitch. I'm like, okay, if all these influencer baddies can finish it, like, I can finish it.
I read it in a day last year, like over winter break or
Really?
something. It was fast. Yeah. Really good.
Anyway, strictly because Claudia said it was good, I'm like,
Yeah.
she can do no wrong.
Yeah.
So
she has to be right.
I will be reading that probably this week when I go to the mountains.
Yeah. That's a good. That's
I
actually
want
a
to
good
ski
idea.
more.
Yeah. I've never been skiing before. I need to go.
What?
I know. And it's crazy because
That's weird.
growing up in my hometown, everyone had houses in Colorado. So why did I never? And I always was almost gonna go, and I never did.
I don't know why I thought you had been before.
I know.
Yeah, you should totally go.
I don't know
it's
why I
so
haven't.
fun.
I would like it.
Yeah, my friends from back home, I feel like I'm pretty good at like keeping my relationships with back home friends. But what I do want to do is plan a little trippy trip to like go ski with them in Colorado because one of them lives in Denver. So I think it'd be fun. Basically, I have this friend group from kindergarten, and it's me, my best friend Annie, and then 2 of our guy friends, and we literally have been going to the exact same school, and they all went to the same college. I was the only different one.
Yeah.
And we like have a group chat, and so we want to go on like a ski trip together. And I think it's just
That's so
something
sweet.
special about like them knowing like who I was, me knowing who they were. Like, yeah, it's
That's
something
my
special.
entire life in Dallas. Most of the people
When
I
you were
spend
so young.
literally elementary school.
Yeah. So, and we were in like preschool and kindergarten all the way up till, and they like, I don't know. It's just, I want to go on more trips with them. They also definitely humble me, which is good. No one humbles me more than my brother though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You piece of shit. You're ugly.
What are you wearing?
Work out. Dude, you need to work out.
It's literally my brother. I'm like, thanks. Yeah.
He's so kind.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you wearing? Yeah. Oh my God, you're so
You're like,
embarrassing.
shut up, Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so kind.
Oh,
Okay,
that video didn't do that well.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks, Phil. Thanks.
I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Like home goals.
Oh, okay. So I really want to. I'm a pretty messy person. Like I'm clean, but I am also very messy. Like I'm CEO of like not putting my clothes away, but I'm clean. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not a very good picker upper, but I'm like a good cleaner. So I've been wanting to try and be more of a picker upper as I go, instead of like being like, okay, Sunday's the only day I can clean and like everything's a pigsty. Like I'm trying to do it as I go, so then I don't have that one day where I'm like literally in a tornado of my own clothes. So I'm trying to be more tidy in that regard, and I'm also want to completely juicify my apartment. So I used to live with Peyton, who is very aesthetic.
Yeah.
And like I just kind of trusted Peyton's vision. I was like, you tell me what to buy. You tell me the vision. I'll kind of go along with it. I don't really even have the time, and you're not gonna like my style, basically. But you know what I love about Peyton is she just accepts me for me, and I accept her for her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's never like, oh, that's stupid. I just was like, listen, you take the reins on this. I know it's your thing, and I'll follow along. So she definitely got me started with like, you know, the sofa and like the aesthetic and vibe of our apartment. Like I really did love, but I'm ready to like spice it up. Like it needs color. I want people to walk in and be like, holy shit, this is like fun.
Yeah,
like,
and
I
it's
want it
you.
to radiate me and fun. So I switched out her black Smeg toaster to a red one. I think I might get a cherry rug. There's like a bunch of things that I just want to like spice it up, and like I want to have more people over. I love hosting. I love having people over. I love like making little thingies and like finger foods and whatever for everyone to munch on and making them feel welcome. I want to have more like when a big game's on, I want to have more people over.
Yeah.
And it just to be my door to be a revolving door. And I want to turn the Payne's bedroom into like my like the juicy residence. Like I want it to be like so fun. I want it to be like part closet, part guest room, part glam room, part filming room, part office. Like I just want it to be like so freaking cool and fun. And I love cool funky home decor. And like I'm like, how do I fit a ping
like
pong
Jonathan
table?
Adler more like
I need to figure out how to get a ping pong table in there. I love a ping pong table.
It's gonna be, you know, in Halloween Town when that like grandma has that purse that's like never ending and there's so many things coming out. That's gonna be the room. The equivalent of that.
Yeah. So I'm like, how do I?
You should also get a professional organizer, because I think that will be, they organize it to the point where you don't realize how much space you have. But the tidiness thing, that helped me so much, because I was like, well, I had someone organize it. Now I have a place for everything, and it made me be a lot like tidier.
I will say, since Peyton has moved out, I have way more room to put my things. The problem was I didn't really have room, because I'm grateful for the place I live in, and it's forking beautiful, and it's like awesome. But like, I mean, you know, you've been there. There's no space. Like there's no storage.
You don't have storage. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I even have like more drawers in my kitchen that like aren't filled with like dishes or machines or like Payne's juice thing or whatever it is, like I can put like random shit in there that just like was out and about, and it like makes me feel better.
Yeah.
It makes me
and
my mind more clear.
It'll be so much easier.
Yeah.
To be tidier. My home goals. So I'm redoing like my main level. So like my living room, kitchen. I've always just kind of been back and forth getting whatever. And also like things just take so long.
It's hard to furnish a house.
It's so hard. And I've changed my mind on what I want. I've always wanted a sectional. The main issue is the size of my house has made it impossible to get what I want, because it's not the size. It's the way that it's shaped. It's the way it's shaped. Yeah. I finally found a sectional that will work. I mean, it's all coming together. I ordered it yesterday. That's the main thing of just having that, because I love my upstairs. I have my closet room is like, I'm literally Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
My bedroom is the calmest bedroom ever. My rooftop is insane. But I want, again, to host more. We have had pre-games on the rooftop, and they're always the most fun. So I want to like regularly have more pre-games. We did like a red themed one. We brought my projector up and like had it. Cute. It was so fun. And then again, I want to do like more dinner parties. I want to host like watching games and things like that. So those would be my home goals. But I will say, like, my home like either makes or breaks me. I'm either so motivated, or it just like makes me like feel suffocated. And so I want the rest of it, because even my garage is perfect. Like I want the rest of it to be so good that I feel so good in it, because it genuinely makes me a better human being. Like I am more I worked from there too, so it's like my work environment. That would really be it. But I just want it to be like perfect and exactly what I want, and then I just feel better. But it really genuinely like helps me be like more productive even, and just like have a clear head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm really affected.
Tell me if you relate to this. You know what feeling I love though is like the fact that I have a whole room to decorate and like basically redo even my living room and stuff. I knowing that I have to do that like more than if it were done. Does that make sense?
Yes, but then it's only if it was like my closet or something, the closet room, that would be, it's exciting to do. And I'm like, oh, I like the project of it. But I end up going crazy because I'm like, I need the space.
Yeah, I guess you really, really do work from home. Yeah. Like I'm not in my house as much, but I like the challenge of being like, ooh, what should I get? And like I don't know, something about that I enjoy.
And my mom is an interior designer, and I grew up at like Restoration Harbor, like those furniture stores. So I like it again, but I hated it for a while because I was just so over it. I loved putting it together. I just hated the weight.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, well, we've been talking for quite some time. Great episode. Hope everyone's feeling motivated. Hope everyone's feeling calm, hot, funny, beautiful. So, yeah.
Period.
Where can they find you?
Hold on. I just thought of one more thing.
Oh, go for it.
Okay. I just have to say, it was like, I want to be blah, blah, blah. And it's something I want to be less is like, I feel like for a hot second, I think it was LA that did this to me. I thought I needed like this designer, this new trend, this whatever to feel like relevant or like validated. On top of it. Or yeah. I felt like I needed like to buy this and this, or to have this, and like so I could like feel like be that it girl. And I was like, I don't know. I want to like be so confident that I don't feel like I need anything to be me or that bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That. So I'm trying to focus on that because I feel like in LA a lot, it's like, oh my God, the Gucci things are cool now. Fork, I gotta get one. And like, why do I think like that? Like, you don't actually have to. But like, I don't know. That's how trends in like fashion works. But I don't want that to define me.
Yeah,
And
you
so-
talked about that in a video, and I loved that when you opened up about that.
Yeah, I think that like LA gets to me a lot. And
I
I'm
think
like,
so
I
many
need
people can relate
this,
to that. Yeah.
oh my God, I need this car. Oh my God, I need this whatever. And it's like, who fucking cares?
Yeah,
You know?
definitely. I think my first 2 years
doesn't do
here,
shit.
there's a lot of pressure. And
Yeah.
then over time, you just get over it. Like, everyone's like, oh, whatever,
Yeah.
for the most part.
But anyway, yes, you can find me on my Instagram at TK's Juicy Polls. You can find me on YouTube, Taylor King. You can follow my YouTube channel, you can follow my podcast channel. Subscribe to it. It's Making Moves Pod _ on Instagram. And I think I'm TK's Juicy Polls on Twitter and TikTok as well. So
Guess what I changed my TikTok name to today? Kenzie the Texan.
shut the
Genius.
heck up.
It's been my contact in Dom Stone for like 4 years.
Wait,
and I was like,
that's
genius.
funny.
Yeah. So love that.
I like that better than Kenzie Elizabeth. Hey.
Yeah. Well, I had to because
Yeah,
I
hey.
just
Yeah.
never got one. Okay. Well, love you. Thank you for coming on.
No, thank you so much for having me.
It was a great
Guys,
episode.
go rate, review, subscribe, do all the things. For
All the
Kenzie.
things.
5 stars.
Thank you.
Woo!